Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Super Paranormal Chronicles. My name is Lee, and today you might need a translator. Let's just say that because he speaks funny. I'd like to introduce Andy Decodes Booth. He's the founder of Alien8UK Media. Andy, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Stop putting that accent on, dude. We know how you really speak.
I know. I just don't pronounce my T's. Everything else goes. It's just that. Unless I do a little bit, now and again, I'll get a little bit southern and do a bit of the London twang.
Yeah.
Just certain words and what have you.
I'm glad you said southern with two V's and not with a TH.
No, that's not how you write it. As we both know.
Exactly. So this is going to be a nice, refined interview. We're not going to take the shit out of Tommy Cullen at all. Hi, Tommy. Well, maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, so Andy, the reason why you're here, you are the founder of Alien8 UK.
Yes.
But before we go into that, I'd like to know a little bit more about yourself. So, how did this all come about?
So, I've had paranormal stuff go on from the age of 4 up until literally present day. I used to watch TV shows, and then when they stopped, I'd be watching stuff on YouTube like Slap Tam, all that kind of stuff. And then I used to watch a lot of the Bigfoot stuff over in the US. Is it? I can't remember the full title, but it's the one with James Bobo Fay, Cliff Barrettman, Matt Moneymaker, and Rennie, can never remember her surname.
Mayor, was it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. She's a doctor, wasn't she? Yeah.
Expedition Bigfoot, I think it's called.
Is it? Well, then that stopped, and it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do for me Bigfoot fix? And it's like, so then I was on Facebook, scrolling through, and you get tons and tons of adverts popping up. Try this, do this, do that. And something came up for podcasts. So this is back in 2017, 2018. I'm like, ooh. So found out what a podcast was. So I'm scrolling through looking for different ones. So I typed in paranormal or unknown and what. And Bigfoot and Beyond came up with Cliff and Bobo. I'm like, oh my God, I need to start listening to this. So I started listening to it. And then I thought, right, I need to start listening to some more. So I found a few others, and I found one that was based in the UK. I'm like, oh, I recognise that accent, and it was a Manchester accent. So I contacted the woman and sent her an email of some of my encounters, and then ended up. So she did a couple of interviews with me, recorded them, put them on the podcast, and then I ended up going on a couple of the lives. And I thought, yeah, I could do this. I could. He says, how difficult could it be? Right? So, but I just wanted to go out and investigate and get footage and just load it up onto media. So, I thought, right, Facebook, work out to Facebook Live. And it was during lockdown, and it's Halloween, couldn't go trick-or-treating with the kids. So it's like, what can I do? So I set up Facebook group, Facebook page, website, Instagram, found out how to use YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Just created all these different platforms and didn't do anything with them, for about 5 months other than Facebook. And then once I got into it, then it was learning how to use all the different platforms, because no one tells you that all these platforms are completely different to the other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
So it was that. So I'd go out, I'd do live streams, investigating like old buildings, cemeteries, woods, rivers, anywhere and everywhere and anywhere. And then we went into second lockdown and we couldn't go back out again. So it's like, what do I do? Anyway, so there's this other female that used to co-host with me. So she'd be in the studio while I was out and about. He goes, why don't we start interviewing people? I'm like, what, are you mad? Interview people? If I think that I'm on camera, I cannot do it. I just fall apart. It's not me. So anyway, we started interviewing people. So there's a few people that either one of us knew, we both knew as we got to know more and more people in the paranormal community. It made it easier. And that was, I started that in 2019. So April 2020 was the first stream that I did. So, 6 years ago now, 6.5 years ago. And I've been doing it ever since.
And it's right what you say, because when I decided that I was going to do a podcast, I'd been with this group for the best part of a year. And we went on a podcast, and it was like, it was painful. And I'm thinking to myself, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I say to myself, like you, I could do this. I could do this better. So there's a friend of mine that's got a couple of podcasts. So I got him to help me, and he went, "Oh yeah, I'm sending you something through the post," and he sent me like the microphone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he really did help me. But I must have okay, how am I going to do this? And I started interviewing people from day one. Well, the first couple was like introduction, and I think my 5th episode was like 3 girls off the TV. What is it? Well, beyond the haunting, which is like on T&E now.
Right. Okay.
3 girls, 2 blonde girls and a dark kick, and it's sort of like, oh yeah, we'd love to come on. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was like. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it got that busy. In July, I'd got so many recorded episodes, I had to do 2 a week to catch up.
Right. Yeah.
For an entire month, I had to release 2 a week, and it's sort of like, oh, I'm not doing that again. so I kind of backed off a little bit, but and here we are.
Yeah. Well, I went. So I did a couple of different podcasts, tried different things, different formats, and all that. To now. Middle of last year, I actually got a formula that works for everything. So I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday podcasts.
Holy shit.
Anything between 60 minutes and 90 minutes. But before that, I was doing 1 a week. Then it went to 2 a week. Then it was like, no, I'm dropping the 2 because it's too much. Because I had the website then. And I had the podcast, so it went out on Spotify and Apple and all that. And I had to obviously download it, re-upload it. I'm like, this. I know I also work a full-time job, bearing in mind. So I'm having to do all that. I'm up at 6 a.m. for work. My podcast used to finish at 10:30 because I do them all live. Unless it's someone who really doesn't want to do a live one, or if you've got to mess about because the time zones and that, it's do a recording to fit in, and then we can put it out whenever. And it was getting too much. But then I just found this formula. It's like, oh my God, this works. And it's like, even if I do 2 a day, every day, it still works regardless of how many. And I actually worked out, I will, in the last 3 weeks, I think I'll have done, including this one, this will be my last one over a 3-week period. I think it's between 27 and 34 podcasts.
Holy crap, dude. You need to get out more.
And the only day off I get is Thursday and Saturday. So I'm doing 2 tomorrow. So I'm now part of Festival of the Unexplained 2026, which is a conference over in the UK. So they've been going 5-6 years. So they've asked me to come on and help do the media. So initially it was to go and interview people, do vlogging, live streams, take photos, just walking around interviewing people, asking them questions at the event, and then putting them out, either pre-recorded or live. To now where myself and Jay Austin are going to we do the guest announcement each week as to who the next guest is going to be. So I did my first one last week because Jay wasn't well. So I said, they asked me would I step in. So I said, yeah, go on, because I'm already set. So where I'm sat now, this is set up every single time. You switch the computer on and it's straight in to do whatever I need to do. So it's like, well, I'm already doing one like half an hour afterwards. Yeah, I can do it. So now I'm doing that. I'm doing their media for them, doing the intro and getting all the stuff ready and what have you. But that was the other thing with this. No one tells you about thumbnails and descriptions and titles and what works. I know I can tell you everything that doesn't work because I did it for 4 years. And now it's just my YouTube channel's just took off ridiculously.
That's
Took off.
great.
The people that are watching, people that I'm interviewing, and it's just I'm enjoying it a lot more now. It doesn't feel like work. It got to the point where, as you know, it's like a bit of a hobby, become like I won't say a job, but more of a chore. Whereas now it's no, I actually love doing this. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
100%.
that's where I'm at now with it all. So
Yeah,
in total, I think I'm doing 16 or 17. I've got 16 or 17 different podcast playlists on my YouTube channel. But some of them are like if you do a Skywatch, I'll film it and I'll put anything that I get on there. I'll go out kayaking. I've not been able to go out this year because the weather's been terrible. I'll film it when I'm kayaking. Footage from the drone, all that kind of stuff. So there's some of it that would just be sporadic. I'll put it on as and when I've got the footage and build it up a bit and then put it out there.
yeah, because we had all the normal social media platforms, and then I had a website specifically for the podcast. But then we thought about creating a website for the team as well.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, there's no point in paying for two. So we've incorporated everything onto the website now, so you can see the podcast, you can see any investigations we do. You know, we went out last night, so we put photos up. We do a newsletter, and it's all combined. So that's the way we do. So you mentioned at the beginning that you had some experiences when you were 4.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So this one, I've got an image of what it looked like. Obviously, I didn't take the photo, not at 4 years old, because one, I didn't have a camera, and two, I didn't know what it was. I'll have to send it you. I can't. It's on the PC somewhere. So my mum and dad used to put me in their bed because I was hot, always hot. So I was like a human water bottle. So they'd put me in the bed to warm it up. So when they get to bed, they'd take me out, stick me in a nice cold one, and they get into a nice warm, cozy bed.
Cool.
Anyway, and on this particular night, I'll never ever forget it. I'm around about 4 years old. And the only reason I remember is because back in the early 70s, I grew up on a council estate in Manchester, and there was modernising the houses. So the first 4 years of my life, we didn't have central heating. That's how old I am. So they'd come round and there's fitting central heating in all the houses. But what they were doing, they had some of the houses were empty. So when they were empty, they'd move us in while they did the heating. And you had a choice. You could stay there or move back. Anyway, we ended up moving back. And it was just after that. So I'm laying in bed. So I need to paint this picture so you get a full understanding as to why it couldn't be anything else. So the bedrooms were at the back of the house, only 2-bedroom house me and my brother used to share. And at the back was just field. So we had a massive back garden that led onto a park with a football pitch. At the side of that was allotments. Behind that was an old sewerage farm that was probably about 2 square mile, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. Beyond that was fields. Beyond that was a golf course. On the fields there was a place called Eccles College, which you could see it from the bedroom window. And then it was all big gardens, and like down the side of the dirt track, which led up to the field where the allotments were, there was like a brook and a swamp, like a stream and all that. And then it was just a school and it's just fields everywhere. So there's no artificial light that could come into the bedroom. So I'm laying in bed looking at the wall opposite the bedroom window, curtains were shut. Mum used to have the bedroom landing light on, so you could just see it through the crack in the door. So it's just that little bit of reassurance as you're a kid. I remember just looking up, and there's like, it always reminds me of on a turntable, when the light hits the vinyl and bounces up as the record's going round, it does that prism effect of just pirouetting round and round. Well, I'm looking at this thing that's probably about 3-4 inches tall, just on the wall, just doing that. But The more I talk about it, the more it's probably more 3D than 2D. It wasn't like a full flat reflection. It kind of stood out a little bit. I've never said that before. And I was just watching it till I'd gone to, and then next thing you know, I'm waking up in my own bed. And that's all I know of that night. So there's no noise coming from it. But even if the curtains were open, the only light that would come in, because it was quite close to Manchester Airport, a lot of the planes used to circulate until they was able to land. They just keep going round and round, and you'd see them all the time. And there's an aerodrome a couple of miles down the road as well for the lighter aircraft. You used to have air shows on every year. But say this is like, I'd say 8, 9 o'clock at night. If it was aircraft, you'd hear it and it'd be different light. It wouldn't be the same thing. I'm just lay there for God knows how long, just watching this thing just keep going round and round. There's nothing else in the room. There's no electronic devices other than the light and the lamp. They have a clock. It was a wind-up clock. So there's nothing.
But you are old, aren't you? A wind-up clock. What's one of them, dude?
Yeah, didn't even have a TV. When we did it with black and white. But there's nothing electrical in the bedroom other than the lamp, bedside lamp, and the main light. That was it.
Wow. And it's great that you kind of had that, but you're also at an age where you don't understand what it is.
No. That was the other thing. So I didn't know what it was, but then I didn't think about it again for years. And with everything I've ever witnessed, I've never had the urge to go running off and telling anyone. So when I've seen stuff, it's like, oh, okay, and just carry on like it's normal.
Yeah.
But I think from that, because of the stuff must have happened before that I can't remember. But I think because of that, it's for me, paranormal's been normal.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm a little bit older than you, but when we were younger, it wasn't the norm for people to speak about Bigfoot, UFOs, like ghost experiences, anything paranormal.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you didn't want to get ridiculed. But now everybody's speaking about it. And it's even on the news and all the different teams and all the Facebook pages, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's out there all the time. And we do Comic-Con conventions and we get people coming up to us and like, let me tell you when this happened. And people are a hell of a lot more open about talking about anything paranormal.
Yeah.
It's not taboo anymore like it used to be.
No. But then growing up, I used to watch Arthur C Clarke, Modern Mysteries or Strange Mysteries or whatever. I noticed when they come on that book you've got behind you, Ghosts. That has got to be the 70s. Is that the 70s one?
Yeah.
Me and my brother had that same book. I seen it. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that book.
Funnily enough, the girl I was talking to earlier, she went, "Oh, I've got that ghost book."
Yeah, but I've not got it anymore.
Yeah, I picked it up from a what do you call them, like a junk shop kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't care what was inside. It's like, I need that book. It's got to go on my bookshelf.
I just remember that from the 70s. So me and my brother used to watch Arthur C Clarke. We used to watch a lot of the zombie and horror movies. Hammer House of Horror. This is growing up as a little kid. But it kind of scared me a bit, but didn't scare me that it was hysterical. Yeah. But we enjoyed it. We enjoyed because we knew, or we thought, it wasn't real. So I think because of that aspect to it, we didn't get freaked out.
Exactly. So the Arthur C Clarke thing, is that the one that had the glass skull? Is that
the glass skull, the moving rocks across the desert?
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, because I was talking to Anne earlier, and I remember as a kid there was a magazine called Unexplained.
Yes,
and I used to get that
binder. That's the one.
And I always thought that I was going to have to deal with spontaneous human combustion a lot more than what I do now.
Do you know what? So myself and Nicole, who co-hosts with me on a Wednesday and Friday, she said the same thing. We thought human combustion and the Bermuda Triangle would have much more of an impact on us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing.
No,
Absolutely nothing.
I've actually found a website that you can actually read the unexplained magazines.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's
yeah, please do.
and you can download every single issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember this episode. I remember this edition, and I remember this edition.
Yeah. Because I used to worry. Sorry, I used to worry like spontaneous combustion because of the fire that we had downstairs, and in my mum's bedroom we had chimney. Obviously, it still had the chimney breast, but they took it out.
Yeah.
So we still had it coming out in the wall. So we had the alcove either side of it. So in my mum and dad's bedroom, behind that was the old hearth for the old fireplace. Yeah. So it still had the tiles at the bottom and going around it on the wall that had just been plastered over. So I used to worry about that because what if it relit and I went up in flames?
Yeah, I'm just going to be sat there watching the black and white TV and all of a sudden, poof, you're in flames.
Just a pair of legs.
Or one leg. I think it was normally one leg, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So after your experiences of being 4, when did you really start not taking taking it seriously, but really digging deep into what you've got now?
I'd say early to mid-20s. So I was... It all started just this one event that started. So I used to work... You know Bolton, don't you? You know that area.
Yeah.
So I'm from Swinton in Manchester, just near where the Trafford Centre is. And I used to work in Bolton. So I used to come down St. Peter's Way, come down onto the M61, it was then, onto the East Lancs, and then it's a couple of junctions down. So I'm coming round near Worsley, where the Super Bowl used to be, and there's a ball, just a metal ball in the sky, shot across the sky. It left a blue, like the light behind me, that colour blue, electric blue trail, horizontal. It stopped, so it probably shot about 2 miles across the sky, stopped dead. The sky opened up in bright red. It went through the sky and then it all closed behind it. I had to pull up onto the hard shoulder and my head out the door, thought I was going to throw up everywhere because it was that shock. It made me feel sick. And it's from that point, it's like, right, this stuff is still happening. I've just not been noticing it. And from then, so I'd say about 23, 24 years old. So about last 30 years.
Yeah. It's really weird because I spent time in the RAF before, when I was a lot younger. And because you're surrounded by aircraft all the time, you kind of don't put things into perspective. Like you can be like on the end of a runway and you can see an aircraft coming towards you. You've got the spotlight on the nose, and then you've got the red and green either side. So seeing those all the time, like working on the military, you never used to think about seeing stuff in the sky because you just assumed it was an aircraft. Yeah. And nowadays there's so many things that are unexplained that are flying around the skies that it's like, how can most people just don't have that concept, but it's out there.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that because you're so used to looking at it, you just presume it's what you're normally looking at.
Yeah, and I went from the military into the emergency services, so you kind of have a logical head all the time. Yeah. So if something happens, you just go, "Oh, that was that," or that, and you just you blank it completely. You just go, "Okay, that was something normal," but chances are it may not have been.
Exactly. Yep. Totally get that.
So, 20 years old, and you saw the ball in the sky, and you thought, "There's a lot more to this than what I've actually, I know about." Yeah. What happened next?
So then, because obviously it's pre-internet, it was, right, I need to find some books. So Eric Van Daniken, I've got the book there, I can never remember. That's John Keel, Strange Creatures from Time and Space. And then there's a couple, Beyond Top Secret, Timothy Good. I was going down more the UFO alien route than Alien Liaison, Timothy Good. Mothman Prophecies, the book, the movie, Richard Gere. And I just went down that, but I was just constantly reading different things about it. There's loads of other books that I've got, but they're the ones that like stick out at the moment. So it was just that I was watching because we had got cable then. It was 9X, was it 9X? That what it called? Cable and wireless.
Before Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah. You just get that black box and
Yeah.
everything was on that.
You really are showing your age, Andy.
I know. It's not helping me, is it? So we just searched for different things on that. We had, I used to watch Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
The
with the lizards. Yeah.
Eating the mice
people in the red. Yeah, that was great.
So there's all that going on. So it was like, right, there's got to be more to it than this. So it's just reading them books. And that was the only research really you could do at the time other than going out and looking for stuff.
That's it, yeah. Nowadays, it's so easy. You just go, UAP, Google.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is. So did you ever become part of a club or a team to investigate UFOs?
I did. There's one in Manchester, and my mum put me into touch with this guy. So my mum used to listen. There's a local DJ called James Stanich that used to do his Piccadilly Radio in Manchester, and I think it's a Sunday night. They used to have different people on, and there's a guy on there. I can never remember his name, and he had a UFO group in the Manchester area. So my mum gave me his number. Anyway, I rang him one day. I was on the phone. He invited me to go to these UFO meetings and what have you. So I went to a couple of them, and then it just kind of like it just faded out, and people just like kind of like stopped going and what have you. So it's like I may as well, rather than driving 20, 30 miles across Manchester might as well just sit in my mum's back garden and do it. You know what I mean? That's where like first encounters were at that house. So why not just stay somewhere where all this stuff going on?
And that's what you get so many people that kind of do that. They'll join a group or something. They'll move forward, and it's not exactly how they want it. It's like I could do it better myself. I might as well do it myself. Yeah, and that's the way that people tend to think. So once you'd started doing it on your Todd, what kind of evidence were you looking for to start off with? Because obviously, like USOs didn't really exist then. They never called them UAPs. It was either a UFO or it wasn't. So, what kind of evidence was you looking for in the beginning?
I just wanted to see for myself that these things were real, that they existed. Even though I'd seen them, each time I seen one, it's like, right, I just need that little bit more proof that it wasn't a fluke, it wasn't a glitch. I'm not imagining this stuff, that these things are real and they're going on. So it was more to sort my own curiosity out more than anything else.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in the military. See, I'm in North America now. I call it military rather than military.
Yeah,
I'm being educated, and I was at RAF Cranwell, not far from Lincoln, and I was on gate guard one night, and we're in the middle of the airfield, 2:00 in the morning, 3 or 4 of us, and we're just laying on the grass. Like there was no light pollution, and it was perfect for looking up in the sky. And we go, oh yeah, there's a shooting star, and there's a shooting star. But again, you never really took notice of if anything was abnormal.
No,
but you move forward into the time now, and people don't know what the SpaceX Skytrain looks like, and they'll see a trail of lights and go, oh, that's UFOs, but it's not. It's satellites.
Yeah.
We've got so many satellites there now that every other day there's a satellite launch.
Yeah, I think we've got a total of 12 or 15,000 satellites, but we only use about 2,000 of them. The rest of them are just space junk. I can't be exact on the numbers, but it's not, the ratio's not that far out.
should start a new company to go up with like
Go up and collect them.
Yeah, and bring it back and sell it
Yeah.
for junk.
Weigh it in.
Yeah. So, if somebody come up to you and said, "I've got this experience," or "I've had this experience,"
Yeah.
do you have like I won't say a checklist, but do you have a procedure for trying to debunk it or being unable to debunk it? How do you go through that process?
I think I've only just lately been doing that because I've been obviously concentrating on the channel and the Facebook groups and everything else. But people have been coming forward and we spoke about it. But now I'm getting people that are contacting me direct, and I find that even if it's over the phone, to sit and chat to them, you can get a feel, one, if they're telling the truth, because you can see the emotion when they're telling you and how they tell you. And it's just picking up on little tips and tricks as to whether someone is being genuine or not. So my initial thing is to try and meet up with them or do like this, do a video chat with them, see what's going on, and then just go from there.
So I know it's quite common over here. I got no idea why. I could suggest things, but I'll probably get in trouble. But does there appear to be many abduction stories in the UK? Because over here, you get like every man and his dog been abducted kind of thing. But does it tend to be the same in the UK or not so much?
I know of 2 people that have said they've been abducted in one way or another. I don't disbelieve them, but they're the only out of everyone. Oh no, wait, 3, 4. I can count on one hand how many people. Sorry, there's some more that I've interviewed in the past, and they've stuck to the story. They've never deviated, like changed it, or it's always been the same reason. And you say they don't know why. They don't know. They're guessing it is just to do some genetic type of experiment or whatever. But I've no reason for any of these people. There's no reason for me for them to be lying, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get that.
And then a lot of people say they've seen stuff and then it's just ended. Like the one we've seen, it ripped an hole in the sky and then vanished, and that was it. So, but then at the time, other people that have had these encounters, they could have been taken. They don't know, because people talk about missing time where they've lost an hour, they've lost 2 hours, lost 90 minutes. Because one of my things is about, we were saying about time slips before we went on air. Time doesn't really exist. It does, we use it as a measuring device. That's it for recording events. But time itself is not an actual physical thing. So if you are taken and you're brought back, what's not to say you're not brought back at the exact same time?
Yeah.
Or even prior to the time you were taken. And because you don't have any recollection of what's gone on, you don't know. You look at the time, it's like, oh, you wouldn't think twice.
Yeah. And I always kind of laugh at the first person that invented a clock. How did you know what time it was?
Well, they might wait till midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I've spoken to 2 people that have been abducted. One of them just dropped it into a conversation like we're having now. And I went, dude, you can't just like drop that into a conversation. Yeah. So he's coming back for a second episode. And the second one, you're going to know the name, Preston Dennett.
Oh, yes. Good friend.
Yeah. And talking to him, and it's like you said a few minutes ago, you can't disbelieve what someone's telling you just because it didn't happen to you. Yeah. And what he was coming out with, I love it when I'm doing interviews where my jaw just goes like, oh.
Yeah, just goes.
Yeah. And it was coming out, and it's like, I was trying to get my head around the fact.
Yeah.
And it was so difficult because, like, hang on, so this happened and then this happened. But, like, my mind was completely blown. Like, when Preston was telling me about his abduction.
Yeah, well, I interviewed Preston, and so I've just got to put my watch on charge. It's bleeping at me. It's doing me head in.
Time doesn't exist, dude. You don't have
No,
to.
no, just so I'm not late for work. So I had Preston Dennett and Dolly Saffron on a couple of weeks ago, and they've been on before. Preston, he's one of the admins on one of the Facebook groups I've got, and he's become a good close friend. And every time I talk to him, he'll come out with something different.
Yeah.
And it's just so fascinating stuff. And at least one of them that there's no reason why you would be making any of that up. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then I was explaining, so I've been having shared dreams. Well, I didn't know the shared dreams. I've been having dreams and somebody else has been having the same dreams. But then I've been dreaming about their house and their granddad. I didn't even know these people at the time. I've described the house, the gate, everything about it is the house where this person grew up. So there is a connection there. And I was telling Preston and Dolly about it. And they were like, I know what this is. And then proceeded to tell me.
Go on then. You can't just stop there.
So myself and this other person, Tommy's actually going to interview us so we can talk about it. Because this other person, Michelle, she's done some pendulum work to find out what the connection is between the two of us. So her name kept popping up, and it was like, you need to speak to this person. And it got to the point where, right, I'm sick of hearing her name now. I don't even know who it is or anything, right? And then I get an invite to do a podcast for a guy called Liam Holmes up in near Middlesbrough. He goes, yeah, there'll be you, Tommy, and Michelle Liddell. I'm like, finally, I'm going to get to meet this Michelle whose name keeps popping up. And then we spoke since then, and we found out that there's this connection as to, well, we don't know what we do, but we're not giving anything away yet as to why there's this connection. But she introduced me to something which had already been using, and she said, no, you need to start using it. So I've started using it, and I use it all the time. And it's just at the point now where it's like, what I've learned it's basically using AI, but the amount of time it took me to work out how it works and to get what I want from it, it's a couple of days.
Wow.
So there's more to it than that. If it is legit, it's going to be amazing. If it's not, then I ain't got a clue. It's still going to be amazing, but I haven't got a clue what it is.
And when's that coming out? Because I definitely want to watch that one. Listen.
Well, waiting for Tommy to interview us. He's like waiting for gold dust, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. So the Tommy Cullen bashing is about to start. Tommy, you haven't responded to me yet. You haven't responded to Andy. So, dude, what's going on, right?
Yeah. All he's got to do one afternoon, because where I work, it's job and finish, so it's easy. All he's got to do one afternoon before he starts work, Michelle works from home, I'll be at home. You've just got to set it up, do the recording, put it out there. That's it. As simple as that. No editing, no nothing. Just put it straight
Tommy
out
Cullen,
there.
you are slacking, my friend. Get it together. Okay, so being a UFO/alien investigator, we cannot talk about some of the specific incidents in the UK.
No.
What's the first one going to be? Come on. We have to mention it. What's the first one? It's got to be this
one. The one that happened this weekend.
No. 1980, Suffolk.
Oh, Rendlesham. Oh, yes. Right. I thought you was on about alien.gov or aliens.gov.
Not yet. We'll get onto that. We'll get onto
Rendlesham. So I've been to Rendlesham a few times, and I've done the UFO trail, and I've seen stuff. I've seen orbs. I've seen a German soldier walking through the trees towards us, dressed in a SS uniform. We've heard humming noises. We felt like we're being watched. Just weird stuff. Orbs, seen orange orbs, white orbs. We did a nighttime investigation there. We seen like these will-o'-the-wisp things dancing between the trees and all that kind of stuff. So we've had loads and loads of stuff going. I've never been there, and there's nothing happened.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there's one time you go to Eastgate car park, and we'd gone down to where the old hangars are at Woodbridge. It was me and my mate Tim. We'd gone down. We got there about half an hour before anyone else, so we just went on a bit of a wander. And we're walking down this path, and I just started getting really excited, like a kid at Christmas. I don't know what it is, but I'm just proper buzzing, like proper excited for what's going to happen. And I was like that for most of the day then. And nothing major happened. We didn't like see these beings and didn't see any craft come down from the sky or anything like that. But it was just the encounters that we did have and what was going on. It was like exhilarating. Just weird stuff that you can't go, it was this, it was that. We don't, even to this day, we still don't know what it was. It was last summer and it was good. And that's it. It's just the feeling of what was going on.
It's cool when you can get that because, like I say, you know, you then know what you're doing. You're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot because you're the expert.
Oh,
I know. If I said to you, this is so mean, Wales, 1974. Don't look at your notebook.
No. This is something better than that. I didn't know we was going to prep for this.
No, neither did I. I just thought I'd throw it on you.
So I do have somewhere. I've got drawers all over. Here it is. So the Welsh UFO Roswell, is that the one we're talking about?
Was it Ros Welsh incident? It's called. Is its tag name in it?
Oh right. So
the Welsh, the Welsh was Welsh. So like, okay, yeah. That's the Brits for you.
I actually have.
Oh, cool.
A piece of the debris, supposedly from the UFO itself. Whether it is or not, I don't know. But yeah, you can get them. There's a particular person that has got some and sent them out. But yeah, I wasn't sure about that at first, and then I inquired about getting a piece of the residue, and I got sent that through the post. So, and apparently it's non-traceable, the metal that it's made from.
I was just about to say that. Did you get it tested or did they get it? Yeah.
Well, apparently they've had it tested and it's non-traceable. It's not something that's from our planet.
That's so okay. Yeah, I kind of get that because I've also I have like pieces of like meteorite and stuff like that. So yes, you can get stuff that isn't from Earth.
Yeah,
and people flog it for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had to pay for that. That weren't cheap. But I've got it now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And some people have more money than sense, don't they, Andy?
Yeah. No. Wait till I show you the next thing that I've got.
Well, I want to... If you're talking about what you showed me the other week, let's talk about it right now, then.
Go on.
The alien in the jar.
That's the one and only. So here you go. So there, close up. I'll get it as close to the camera as possible. So if you look at the detail,
that is unbelievable.
So I have to go on. Sorry.
Go on. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Carry on.
You and I were on a podcast a week last Friday where there was a bunch of us, and you showed that, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
So I'll cut to how I got it after. I'll just explain a few things first. Now, I don't know anybody else anywhere that has one of these. You can buy them like for 10, 15 quid or whatever in a little jet, and it's more like, so I've put a sticker on the top, as you can see. That's just a normal mason jar, and it's like that green, not the slime, but plastic silicon stretchy thing, right? You can buy them. Now, I searched for about a month before I found one on eBay. So this one, which looks exactly the same as that, was selling for $99,000.
Holy shit.
Yep. You can find it. The link is still there. And now the more I think about it, because there's only one for sale. Yeah. What if it is that same one?
That's a really good point.
And then this is the other thing. So I've took it out, I've held it, I've cleaned it. It's all, you can see these bits of what looks like skin coming off. There's no marks on it where it's been put in a mold and it's been pulled out of the silicon and then made into that. I've had it for 2 years next month. The guy who had it before me had it for around 10 years. Prior to that, it was in somebody's house. The owner of the house had passed, so they'd gone in to empty it. And there's other little bits and pieces, similar, not that, but weird kind of stuff knocking about. So my mate who got it off, his nephew said, he goes, "Oh, I'll have that. My uncle will have it." And then he give it to him. And his missus wouldn't let him have it in the house. So it's probably it's been in that house for probably about another 10 years prior to that. So we're looking at least 20 years it's been in this jar.
And you opened it up, smelt it and drank it, right?
Opened it up, nearly passed out. So this is where, is it organic? It stunk of rotten cabbage. And as most people know, anything that's decomposing smells of rotten cabbage.
Yeah.
And I've not opened it up. I opened it up, cleaned the liquid that was in it. I'm guessing it was water. Poured some of it back in and just filled it back up with tap water, and it's not changed since. But it's just, it is what it is. It's not, if it's real, amazing. If it's fake, it doesn't matter because it's
still cool.
It's an alien in a jar, regardless of whether it's real or fake.
Yeah.
And how many people do you know that have one of them?
One, you.
That's it. And I just feel so lucky and privileged of being in the right place at the right time to get it. But it's not just that. It's like people said, "Why don't you sell it?" Like, would you sell it if it was yours?
Yeah. And
because I will never own an alien. Not to that.
Yeah. And even if it's a prop off a movie set, it's still cool, regardless.
Yep, exactly that. It could be a prop. It could be real. Someone could have made it in the shed. You could have found it in the local dump or river, wherever, and they've just stuck it in a jar. But it's heavy. It's heavy. It's solid. It didn't start moving about when I've released it or anything like that. It was just. It's just what it is.
Not that you've seen.
No.
Does it always face the same way in the jar? It's not kind of like moving around inside the jar.
No, it's like if I move the jar, it kind of like spins around like anything would in liquid. But
no, I meant the creature inside the jar.
No. But then it's got like these growth type things on its face that. So if you look above the eyes, it's you get them grey things and what have you. So, honestly, I have no idea.
I can't believe why the wife won't let you put it on, front and centre in the lounge.
No, it's in the studio. It moves around. It does move around, but I move it around. She goes, "I'm not having that in the house." So I had it on top of the wardrobe. So we look up. He's like right above you as you look out of the bed.
I'm having nightmares. I wonder why. So I know that I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
But recently, within the last few years, there's been a couple more names that people have started calling things that we don't know. And that's UAPs and USOs.
Yes.
So what's your opinion on, let's go with UAPs at first.
So UAP UAP even is just a updated version of UFO, but it covers more area. So UFO, an unidentified flying object, which could be a plate, it could be a coat hanger, it could be anything. But a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, which basically means some sort of flying technology. That's all they've done is change the cat. So it's not as broad. The categorization isn't as broad as what it was, is what I meant to say before. So that's why you've got UAP, yeah. But then USO. So you said the USO, unidentified submerged object. Now I'm at the moment going down more that path, that I believe that what is going on isn't coming from up there, but it's coming from what's in the oceans and the water. Because I just feel it just feels more. I suppose I'm going to go down the logical sense. It's more logical that they're already here. They're in these hidden bases. Phil Schneider, when he spoke about what was going on when he was doing the mining and the digging, and they had that war with the different races of aliens, it's all underground. Not necessarily inner Earth, though I'd love for that to be a thing and for it to be real, but surely there's underground bases. We have submarines, there's all sorts going on down there. And there's a guy last week who we spoke about the other day who got abducted by dolphins and was forced to build an underground kingdom. Did you not read that? I think he was from Florida, so it could have been anything.
Oh man, I was going to say anything from Florida. Yeah,
yeah. So
but it's right what you say about USOs though, because there is so much of underwater that's yet to be discovered, and there's so many deep channels that we've got no equipment that will go down that far.
Yeah. Well, I was reading today about the Mariana Trench. If you drop a rock, it will take 6 hours to get to the bottom. So just that alone is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, and that puts it into perspective because you get all these crazy people that go, we're the only species, we're the only living planet. And then when you work out how long it takes you to travel 1 light year and all these planets that make the Earth look like a pinprick and they're like massive, like 100,000 light years, it's like, we're not going to have that technology for billions of, well, not billions, but you know what I mean, a long time.
A fair amount of time,
Yeah. And there's no way that you're ever going to come back. Once you go on that trip.
Oh yeah, that's the last trip you're ever going on. But I'm more into the. I don't know if you want to use the word spiritual. That it's people say about dimensions and realms. I'm more. It's frequency. It's a frequency shift. That's how you get to where these other ETs, cryptids, whatever you want to call them, wherever they are, they're here around us all the time. But I believe they're in a different frequency, not a different zone or a different dimension. It's the frequency that changes. That's why when you see something, it's there, then it's gone. It's there, then it's gone. Like if you go to Bigfoot or orbs or shadow people and all that, we're not seeing everything that we think we're seeing in its full true form in our frequency, because how it exists in its own frequency is totally different to how it would exist in ours and how it would exist in another one, and so on and so on. So because the frequency changes, I'm no physicist, but maybe the biological construction of that thing changes as well. And that's why, is it shape-shifting, or is that just how that's the only way you can physically see it in that next time?
Do you think there's any connection then between UFOs or UAPs, whatever, and cryptids? Because people say that there may be a connection. Is that that's what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think a lot of the UFOs and all that, I think they're not manned. They don't have the pilots sat there flying. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. Maybe it's adds some consciousness input into it, so it becomes sentinel and it knows what's going on. Or maybe it's organic and that itself can change its frequency to become different things. That's why when you see a Bigfoot, it goes behind a tree, and then they'll see an orb, and then there's UFOs. There's a lot of this same sort of stuff that reported all the time. What if it is a mass of shared consciousness? It's just that some of it knows how to change its structure at the time. So it can become a Bigfoot, it can become an orb, it can become a UFO, it can become a tree. It just knows how to, different frequencies, it makes it become different objects.
That's it. And what kind of annoys me a little bit is you can watch some of these TV shows and I know they're deemed for entertainment purposes.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, there's a UFO in the sky, and you go, dude, it's Chinese lanterns, or it's a drone, or it's a natural phenomena. It's like not everything that you see in the sky is unexplained. You can explain a lot of them.
Yep.
And and when you see, I know there was one I saw the other day where they got these lights coming towards them, and then the lights disappeared. Yeah, that could quite easily be an aircraft that's coming into land.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, change its trajectory, and you don't see the light anymore. It just disappears.
Just a big bright light, because it's because you were at RAF. But when I was watching the planes at Manchester Airport circling when they're waiting to land, so they'd come in at an angle, be bright white, and then it'd turn, and then you see the red and the green for the navigation lights. Or if it was coming around the other way, because of the way they were banking, as it was going, you wouldn't see it. The light would just go out, and it'd be like, oh. And then as it comes round, you'd see the white flashing light on one of the wings. I never know which one, but
So I'm going to be really intellectual now. I know it's a Sunday evening for you.
Oh, I'm sat down. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of talk about the reasoning for non-human intelligence or non-human species to be already here.
Yes.
So if that is the fact, and it, unfortunately it hasn't been proven yet, what do you think the motives are?
Either they was already here before us, and we're the hybrids. They was here to integrate with us and just be all part of the same thing, or, which is probably the most common one, is they're here to keep an eye on things and make sure we don't get too out of hand with current affairs that are going on right now.
So we should expect somebody to do something pretty soon then, to be fair.
Well, this is, but then you've got the other side of that where they don't interfere with what we're doing unless it has a direct effect on them.
Yeah.
So there's a few different things. I believe they are already here. I believe I've seen at least one. It was a female Nordic and just stood out, pure, literally not white skin, but next to white skin, pure white hair, blue eyes, nearly 7 foot tall. Was in a shopping centre, shopping mall, outside McDonald's. And she was stood with a group of people. 2 guys looked like the guys off the Airy Bikers. And where I was stood, it was like one of the main entrances into the shopping centre. So I could see each direction of where they would go. I turned around to answer a question about what was getting to eat, turned back and they'd gone. And I would have still been able to, literally 2 seconds, turned, turn back, no one there. They couldn't have gone anywhere. Never made eye contact. So whether they knew that I knew that they were there or they didn't acknowledge me in the same way, in the opposite way that I'd seen them and they stood out and they just like was doing their own thing and didn't notice, I don't know. But never seen them again.
Yeah. I have seen some people that go to McDonald's and I can probably relate.
Yeah. The thing is, they were in McDonald's.
Okay.
Because I was stood outside and it's one where it's got the So it's inside the shopping centre, so there's no door.
Oh,
You just walk in, yeah. And they were stood on the other side. So even if they'd have gone into McDonald's, because that was the next place we went, we would have seen them in there ordering, either at the touchscreen or at the counter.
That's crazy. And it's like...
Nothing there.
When it disappears, you kind of think, did I actually see what I think I just saw? But then you're able to describe what you've just seen. So it's like...
And I was staring at how immaculate this person looked and how different they looked to everybody else in there.
That's a bit rude, Andy.
I know, including myself.
So we are coming to the end, unfortunately, but I've got one more question for you, and I think this is going to become more paramount as the time goes by. How would the public react if irrefutable disclosure happened tomorrow?
At the moment, either it would go one or two ways. Everyone would go, yeah, right, whatever, as in you're talking load of nonsense. Or same thing, yeah, right, whatever, we know. Or there'd be mass panic and everyone would be acting like no one's been told anything ever. But I think disclosure is... You say about like disclosure, it's slow, it's being drip-fed. It's Hollywood, hidden in plain sight. They're showing you little bits and pieces, and the ones that know, and you're taking them bits on board. Other people are like, well, it's just a movie, it's just this, it's just that. But I think us doing this and what we're doing with the podcast, interviewing and going out researching, we're the ones that are doing the disclosure. We're the ones that are finding out the truth of what is actually going on and trying to just put it out there. And once it's out there, it's there. It's for everyone to find and see.
Yeah, you can't take it away, can you? I do love. There's a commercial for one of the channels.
Yeah,
and it's the debate that they had in the US a few months ago, where one of the speakers is asking this guy about alien intelligence, and he went, "Oh yeah, that's not something that I can talk about." It's like, dude, you just answered it without answering.
I don't get that. That does my head. It's like when a certain president of a certain country said about an certain person of a certain country, I can neither confirm nor deny, but what he said was top secret, was classified. Well, that if it's classified, you've just told us.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no getting out of that, is there?
That's it. That's unbelievable. Andy, I nearly called you Tommy then. I do apologise. I know that a bit. Okay, just press delete. Just that's it.
It's fine.
Andy, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed talking to you. I've enjoyed
Thank
the
you.
Tommy bashing, and I will let him know that we've been bashing him so he can listen.
Oh, I'm going to phone him tomorrow and tell him. Don't worry.
Yeah, like I say, your Alien in a Jar is absolutely phenomenal. Next time I come to England, I'm going to break into your house and steal it.
That's fine. Just give me whatever you get for it. I just want half.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. What makes you think I'm going to sell it? I might keep it for myself.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my cabinet so that people can see it when I do interviews.
Well, I did have it behind me, but because I turned the studio around, there's no really clear place to have it. So if I now make a mental note of holding it, people can get a clearer picture of what it actually is.
But if I'm right, that's half your bedroom, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like
where it is, my pillow is about that far away from the jar.
Oh dear, you could hear things moving in the middle of the night, dude.
I know.
Just saying. Yeah, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It's going to be a couple of weeks before I get this out, probably the week after Easter. But I'll keep you posted, and I'll share the link when it gets released. But for now, my friend, it's getting close to your bedtime, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks again, and no doubt we'll be talking more.
Appreciate it. Cheers, Lee.
Okay, mate. Take care, bud.
Cheers. See you later. Bye-bye.